The larger a vehicle, the more challenging it becomes to drive. And driving a massive dump truck sometimes demands skills that even Formula One drivers might envy. Hello everyone! Indeed, this is the topic we'll be covering in today's video, highlighting the extremely risky techniques of dump truck drivers. Welcome to our channel, everyone! Is today's theme intriguing to you? Well then, let's get started. In movies, scenes where cars slam on the brakes to avoid a collision are quite common. The screeching of the brakes, tire marks left on the asphalt, and the rush of adrenaline. It's all there and audiences love it. But what if instead of the high-end sports car or an expensive limousine, it's a 180-ton dump truck called the Cat 777F that makes an appearance? That's what this demonstration in Malaga is all about. Can a vehicle of this immense size really come to a stop instantly? A woman behind the wheel of the dump truck demonstrates that it's indeed possible. And the braking distance is just a few meters. Truly remarkable. Imagine what kind of brakes are needed to stop such a massive vehicle. Moreover, think about the impact the driver would experience. Moments like these really drive home the importance of wearing a seatbelt when you're in a vehicle. So always remember to buckle up when you're in a car. Let's say you have a shovel and 5 tons of crushed stone at your disposal, and you need to spread this pile of crushed stone all over your backyard, perhaps for the purpose of renovating the parking space in your backyard. Please write down in the comments how long you think this task would take. A few hours maybe? Perhaps it would take an entire day or even 2. Regardless, spreading the crushed stone by hand may not be the best solution, especially when there's a professional behind the wheel of a dump truck at your disposal. The driver behind the wheel of this Freightliner M2 truck is exactly that kind of professional. A skilled driver can unload the crushed stone from the bed in a minute and evenly spread it, making the surface of the car space smooth and thin. Of course, achieving such a finish requires adjusting the dump truck's speed and the tilt of the bed, but it looks easy and time-saving from an observer's perspective. Plus, you won't have to spend the entire day moving a shovel. When the road is covered with layers of mud or clay, a dump truck loaded with crushed stone cannot drive on it. This is because there is a very high risk of getting stuck. However, there's a way to overcome this obstacle. All you have to do is back up and unload the crushed stone. That's exactly what Randy is doing from the driver's seat of the dump truck, ensuring that the road is prepared so that the vehicle doesn't get stranded. It's like laying out a red carpet for oneself. This innovative solution, requiring not just a clever idea but also skillful execution, is truly impressive. Well done, Randy. On occasion, Formula One drivers get permission to perform drifting maneuvers on the track to commemorate a celebration. But could an F1 driver do the same thing with a Peterbilt 379 dump truck? The scale of this is so different that not many would dare attempt such a bold feat. Why make 2 trips when I can carry it all in one, thought the driver of this truck, taking a risk. But how on earth can you stack bags like this? What kind of technique is used? Did the driver make it safely to their destination, or did they end up spilling the cargo? What do you think happened? Construction machinery cannot traverse across reservoirs, but they can build roads to cross them. However, to achieve this, thousands of tons of crushed stone need to be dumped into the water every day, creating embankments inch by inch and ensuring there are places for dump trucks to turn around. In the video you're watching, bulldozers are constructing a road crossing a lake in a similar manner, constantly pushing and leveling the crushed stone brought in by the trucks. It's an impressive collaborative effort of heavy machinery. Somewhere in China, the time has come to fill the last part of a temporary dam under construction. How about turning this task into an event? Great idea! And so, flags were raised and trucks were decorated. 8 dump trucks simultaneously started depositing soil and rocks into the space between the 2 parts of the dam. Behind them, the next dump truck awaited its turn. But the most important job was being done by the people waving flags in the back. Would you like to try a job like that? When you have a dump truck, a small barge is sufficient to transport it. But how do you get the barge onto the water? It's quite simple. If you lift the cargo bed, the boat automatically drops into the water with a splash. It's all thanks to the skillful driver who maintains the balance of the vehicle. What's admirable about this driver is the love and respect they have for their job and the dump truck. This dump truck might transport dirt, sand, even mud and garbage, but its appearance always shines brightly. It's like a majestic Indian elephant adorned in festival attire. Sometimes, dump trucks are so massive that they barely fit within the width of regular roads. When there's a need to drive these enormous vehicles on public roads, someone who knows how to handle these giant trucks must take the wheel. The video you're about to see shows several massive Komatsu dump trucks lined up as they move from the port to the quarry in Indonesia. Situations like this are especially challenging. If you think the semi-truck is large, take a look at what it's carrying. Today's cargo consists of massive dump trucks. This is where the skill of the semi-truck driver comes into play. After all, transporting oversized cargo on regular roads is not an easy task. Imagine how disappointed a dump truck driver would be if nothing came out when they raised the bed. Such a situation occurs when large rocks get jammed, blocking the rear of the dump truck. In such cases, a shovel truck comes to the rescue, using its bucket to scoop out the massive rocks and create space for unloading. The shovel truck's arm isn't as nimble as a human arm, making this task challenging. Nevertheless, the operator's skill and patience are poured into the arm, eventually yielding results. Beyond this point, it's relatively straightforward. The now mobile rocks smoothly fall from the bed, allowing for a new load to be picked up. When a vehicle gets stuck in the mud up to its cabin, it's undoubtedly the driver's mistake. However, watching how they manage to escape and get back on solid ground is truly remarkable. Take a look at the rear wheel's axle vibrating. While it's clear that the dump truck didn't free itself but relied on the shovel truck's help, doesn't it still make for an impressive sight? You never know what can happen on the road. This is especially true when massive dump trucks are navigating wet surfaces. When a vehicle becomes uncontrollable and starts moving in unexpected directions, the skill of drifting comes in handy. This man pulled off drift driving almost on par with professional rally drivers. Considering he saved the dump truck, he deserves a substantial raise, don't you think? Of course, dump trucks can't fly like airplanes. Nevertheless, there are some trucks that aspire to take to the skies. This dump truck was one of them, as a shift in its center of gravity caused it to rear up on its rear wheels, seemingly headed straight for the sky. But unfortunately, dreams didn't come true. Still, they dared to attempt it. This dump truck has reared up on its rear wheels, leaving it immobile. That's when a bulldozer comes to the rescue, first clearing the space around the dump truck and then pushing it with its blade. With this, the truck's balance is restored and it can get back to work. To lower a shovel truck from the dump truck, you need a crane, right? But is that really the case? Perhaps the operator can do it themselves. However, to do that, you need to raise the dump truck's bed and provide some assistance. Even with a slight incline of the bed, the shovel truck can gradually descend onto the paved road, using its bucket as a supporting aid. This time, both the shovel truck operator and the dump truck driver displayed their skills splendidly. Dump trucks are impressive. When it's time to unload, simply raising the bed makes everything drop down. It's the force of gravity at work, after all. But what do you do when the designers didn't think of a lifting bed? That's where a fixed lifting platform comes in handy. With this lifting platform, you can tilt the truck to about 45 degrees. This transforms an ordinary truck into a dump truck. What a fantastic solution! If you think so too, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share this video on social media below. Let's make sure your friends get to see what you've watched today. Well folks, that's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll definitely bring you something interesting next time, so please continue to support our channel. That's it for now. See you again very soon. Goodbye.